Hey guys, thank you for watching. We've got a new toy from RGT. Let's go check it out. So guys, we have one of the latest cars made by RGT, and this one has got a lot of goodies inside. So to start with, it's got an anti-roll bar installed, it's got a winch, it has a transmitter with 8 channels, it's got a clipless hinging body shell. We have got portal axles which has a metal casing. We've got a waterproof metal geared servo. It's got ball bearings throughout, all metal gears, metal drive shaft. It has a low gear, it's got a high gear speed. It has 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive and a dig function. So there's a lot of technology inside this car. Let's open the box to see what's inside. So inside the box you've got the car and you've got the manual with some stickers inside there. So the car is holding by a couple of tire wraps, so let's remove those. So this is the transmitter. It's a very nice one, it feels solid in the hand. You've got the possibility of one-hand driving, which is pretty nice to see. On top you've got your winch control buttons, you've got your on-off button. Underneath this lid you've got your normal functions like your steering trim, throttle trim, dual weight, etc. You've got some dip switches for different settings of the car itself. Over here you've got your different buttons which are controlling your lights, your high, your low gear, your 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive and your dig function. Underneath here you've got your battery compartment. It holds up to 4 AA batteries, but which is pretty nice of this is that you also can use a LiPo, a 2S LiPo inside here, because when you remove this little plug you can just plug in a normal 2S LiPo. So this is a pretty nice feature that I love on this transmitter. So the car, let's remove the plastic. Yeah, it's a great looking body. So it's a Lexan body, but it's got some molded parts pre-installed already, which makes it pretty sturdy. So on the back you've got a full spare tire, you've got some fake ventilations going on over there. In the front you've got your LED bar, you've got a winch output, but actually the winch of the car is not in the front, but it's located at the back. So in the front you've got also your normal headlights, which you can see over there. And if we look underneath the car, yeah, it looks pretty nice. And I can tell we've got a problem with our car. So actually we had a problem with the rear upper link mount. So as you can see the links over here, they are mounted to the axle and there's just a piece of plastic that's holding it. But probably the box in which it came, it was hit or something, so it was broken. But no problem, I fixed it temporarily and the store will send me a new part. So underneath the car itself, it looks pretty nice, it looks pretty sturdy. All the plastic parts feel solid. They are not like the very jelly plastic, it's more like a hard plastic, but yeah, we will see how they will hold up. So you've got all metal links in front and rear, you've got metal axles, you've got a metal axle housing. Actually the portal case housings are from plastic, so these are not metal, but the the axles themselves, they are metal. So all ball bearings throughout. It's got locked diffs, and yeah, it looks pretty nice underneath here. So here on the front you can see the servo. It's a Metal Gear 25 kilogram servo. It has a metal servo arm on there, which is nice to see. So underneath here you will have a small button which you can turn, as you can see, and this will allow you to open the body. So there are no body pins inside here. It is all operated by a small hinge over here. So at the back you can see the hook for the winch, which is pretty nice. You've got some D hooks over here. You've got some fake lights, but maybe you can install real ones. I'm not sure yet, but we will find out in the future. So the body just goes up like this, and just be careful because there is a little wire over here, and this is actually for the light bar that is mounted in front. So let's remove this little plug and then we can see the internals of the car. It's a little bit tricky because the cap cannot come off or something, but yeah, we just hold it like this. That would be fine. So underneath here you've got your 550 motor. It's a 35 turns motor. Your servo, of course, which is an axle mounted servo. You've got your receiver, which is also your light connector or your light distribution box. You've got your 1060 waterproof ESC made by Hobbywing. You've got your on-off switch over there. You've got two tiny servos. You've got one over here. This one is for the shifting into high and low gear. This one is for the four-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, and your dig function. Over here you can see the battery tray, which is adjustable, which is pretty nice to see. Your battery is held in by a piece of Velcro, and in the back here you can see your servo winch, which is pretty nice. So it's got a steel cable. It's fed through a piece of piping which directed to the back of the car. Of course it's got oil-filled suspension and it feels pretty nice. I think it can handle a bit more oil, but yeah, it looks overall pretty nice and pretty sturdy. So underneath the body itself, it's a Lexan body, pre-painted, which is looking pretty nice. All the parts are mounted on there. You've got a little wire for your light bar, which is in front, and here you can see underneath the fence, which is a nice detail, and the framework of the body itself. So let's put the battery in there and turn the car on. So battery connected, let's see what all the buttons do. So let's turn on the transmitter first. You've got a nice little sound over there. So the on-off switch is right over here. And now it's bind. See? So, steering. Well, it's not the fastest, but yeah, it's 25 kilograms, so that looks pretty nice. Yeah, it's pretty strong. So that's good enough. The steering angle, yeah, I think it's not the best, but so as far as I can see it now, there is some improvement possible. So we will go and improve that in a future video. So the other functions. Let's start with the winch. Those two buttons on the top are controlling your winch. So this button, it will come out, and the other one, you will pull it back in. It's a bit noisy, but yeah, it's a nice addition to the car. And now let's open the cap and let's look underneath here for the other buttons. So yeah, let's hold it like this so you can see it for yourself. So this button is for the two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive and the dig function. So all the way to the right, and the four-wheel drive is selected. When you put it in the middleest one, so you can see this one move. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see. So in the middle setting, you've got a front wheel drive only. So the rear wheel drives are free spinning. And all the way to the left, then you've got your dig function. So only the front wheels will rotate and the back wheels will be locked into place. So this button over here is for your 2-speed gearbox. You can see this servo moving. So when the light's on, it's in the high gear. When the light's off, it's in the low gear. Then you have got those two buttons. The bottom one is not used. It's not doing anything. But the top one is for your light bar, which you can see over here. So off, on, and a flashing setting. So that looks nice. So, what else? Yeah, it looks pretty sturdy. Oh, you've got the rock sliders here on the side are actually holding the body, so it's more sturdy. That's a pretty nice addition. And yeah, let's look to the articulation of the car. Yeah, the articulation looks pretty good. Yeah, it's a lot. So the articulation is pretty nice. Yeah, you've got loads of it. And if we look at the front, one thing I was noticing that the servo, let me see if I can show you that. What I noticed is that in some angles the front mounted servo, which is axle mounted, is hitting the chassis. So when I do the articulation at maximum like this and then push the other side upwards, then the servo arm or the servo mounts are hitting the chassis itself. So it's the same with the other side. So that's, yeah, not the best, but let's see in the when we are using the car if it's also hitting the chassis, if it gives us any problem. The headlights are actually yellow, but the fog light is actually bright white. So I think they should have changed that also to a yellow one, which is more accurate to the period of the body type. So let's go over the speed functions. So this is the speed in low gear. Now switch to high gear. Yeah, it's got some punch to it. That looks nice. So the slow crawl and the high speed. So this is the lowest I can get. Let's put it into the low gear. That's decent, not great, but it's decent. So the slider button over here, so it's all the way to the right, and what that does, it's selecting all four wheels. So all four wheels are turning. When we slide it into the middlest position, only the front wheels will turn. And the rear wheels are freewheeling. You see, they're not doing anything. So when we put the slider all the way to the left, now the dig function is enabled. So the front wheels will turn, but the back wheels are locked. So you can make very tight turns now. You see, that's pretty nice, right? Alright guys, that was it for today. I will make some other videos about the changes and modifications I will do to this car, and also of course I will upload some driving videos of it and how capable it is. So please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and please stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.